My man, how you doing, Mitch?
Good, George. How are you?
Last time I saw you, where were we?
Talent party?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, back in the late 60s, as a matter of fact.
And you were promoting something from Fraser High School.
I was in a play from Fraser High School. I played a preacher.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, in Dark of the Moon.
All right, now bring us up to date on Mitch McCracken.
Well, you helped me get my first job in radio. We became friends after I was on Talent Party. You coached me a lot, took an interest in me, and helped me get my first job at FM 100. Started there when it was album rock, when Ron Olson was an intern. And so I worked at FM 100, left, went down to New Orleans, worked at a couple of stations down there, came back, was on the original air staff at Rock 103, and eventually did the mornings at the Pig for George Flynn Broadcasting. And now I've started a whole new career in writing.
Yeah, you tell us about the Examiner thing.
Okay, well, the Examiner, actually I started writing, John Hestra, I don't know if you ever met him.
No.
So, my drama teacher from Fraser High School passed away, and I wrote a tribute to him and put it on the website. And people were going like, wow, this is really good, is it published? So I started, I just took a shot and saw an ad on the internet for writers for the Examiner, started writing an entertainment column. So I've been doing that for now about a year and a half.
But you know, Mitch, I notice sometimes your articles show up in the hard copy, so to speak, on the newsstands.
Yes, yeah, it's showing up everywhere. One of the stories that I wrote was Sam Phillips didn't make a mistake by selling Elvis's contract. And it's shown up everywhere on the internet. I mean, it's just everywhere. People grabbing a hold of that. So
we've been needing somebody like you who knows what time it is in Memphis to feed those articles to those national periodicals.
Right. Yeah.
Well, okay, you wrote some great stories. Which one was most interesting for you?
Well, most of them are about Memphis music, but to be real honest with you, the one that I take the most pride in is the one that I wrote about you.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, for years, in fact, it starts out by saying, you know, that I was disappointed because for years you were known as Elvis's best friend and not really getting the credit that you deserve for being the ambassador of Memphis music. And that's what the article was about. And I got more response on that one, more comments on that story than anything else I've ever written.
Thank you so much, Mitch. Also, I got a lot of feedback on the article that you wrote about me in my book.
Oh, right.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that was a real good one, and that was a great book. Yeah. You know, I mean, and the thing that it got to me was that when Elvis was alive and you could run across him anywhere in the city, you know, there was an excitement in the air, and your book captured that. No other book was able to do that, in my opinion. So.
Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate that so very much. Mitch, what holds the future for you?
I'm not really sure. I'm getting involved in a lot of things. I'm vice president now of KWAM Radio, which is an internet radio station, and we are putting KWAM back on the air and writing a book about KWAM. The owner of KWAM is Dale Franklin, who also went to Fraser, a good friend of mine from Fraser High School.
Okay.
And he owns KWAM Radio, and he's kind of discovered some things that people had forgotten, like Johnny Cash doing a live 15-minute show.
And I introduced him.
Yes, you did.
I was the announcer when Johnny was on air. This was before he cut a record.
Right. That was before he signed with Sun, and in fact, Elvis was even on the air at KWAM before he signed with Sun. Most of the artists that was signed by Sun, Sam Phillips heard on KWAM Radio.
Is that right?
Well, that's right. So,
quickly, Mitch, what about Memphis music? Which way are we going now?
Boy, I tell you, I don't know. There are a lot of new artists that I really like. Amy LaVere is just
She's
absolutely
terrific.
great.
I agree with you.
You know, she's like Memphis' best kept secret right now, I think. You know,
That girl, she's a star to be born.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know.
Hey, Mitch, thanks for coming down, my man. Will you do this again?
Sure.
Thanks for all the ink in your periodicals.
Okay, all right.
Mitch McCracken from Memphis, Tennessee, GK, Memphis Sounds.